Good morning, everyone. This is Margaret Fetty at the University of Sewing, and I've got my faithful traveling companion
Sidekick is
here.
back.
She is back from all of her travels. Did you have fun?
We had a blast. I can't wait to tell you guys some of the things that we
This
saw.
is Denise, if you didn't know that.
Hi,
So
guys.
I just make sure I wasn't impolite and didn't introduce you. So, but you had fun.
We had a blast. Saw some really cool quilt shops, some amazing quilts in the New England Quilt Museum. Come chat with me. I'd love to show you some pictures and tell you all
And what
the
else
things
did
that
you
I
get
see.
to see? You showed me the historical pictures that
Yes.
you were at the Libertyville.
We went and walked through Philadelphia. I took my own personal walk through Boston, did almost 14,000 steps that day. I'm still a little tired and recovering from that, and then of course went up to Maine. So it was a great time of some historical things to celebrate our country and some wonderful
So
family
close
time.
to the 4th of July, that's really cool.
Yeah, it was very cool.
All right, everybody. So we got stuff to talk about today and lots of it. So for starters, we've got the Southern Indiana Shop Hop Block Quilt ready to go. And this is ours. There are several. If you're on Facebook, you can go ahead, and I assume you are since you're watching this. But if you're not, it's on the Southern Shadows of Southern Indiana Shop Hop page, or is it just the Southern Indiana Shop Hop page?
That's the proper name.
Okay.
That's the proper name of it. So.
Okay. So it is. They have a Shop Hop page. I'm pretty sure you can find it, and we'll go ahead and put a link in there in a little bit and make sure you can find it. But there is 10 shops in the Shop Hop. And if Dave can wiggle over here just a little bit.
Carefully, Dave.
So
carefully.
yes, he's doing the bunny hop thing. Okay. So here we are in Bloomington. There's another shop here in Bloomington called Kleiber's. They're in the Shop Hop too, as is the Indiana Quilt Depot in Bedford. We've got the Stitching Post in Washington, Village Mercantile in Boonville, and Let's Sew in Evansville. We've got Scrappy Patches in Brownstown. Charlestown has Quilts Corner Cottage, and the Quilting Bee in Edwardsville. And then finally, not finally, but really cool area, Madison has L&L Yard Goods. So every one of us has a block. Every one of us has a separate quilt that we've made. And so you can go on to the Shop Hop page and look at all of them. We have finishing kits for this available. So if you like our quilt and you wanted to do it, we can go ahead. We have all the fabric for it. So if you wanted to do the blocks, you can contact each one of the shops and you can get your own block. I'm sure they'd be happy to ship you one. We'd be happy to ship you one if you find this really cool and interesting. Ours is Aunt Vina's favorite. It's a very pretty block. I love how it turned out.
It is a pretty block. It's so dramatic, and especially with the fabrics that
It
they chose.
is. And the black, white, and gray right here, I think, turned out very nicely. So I'm very pleased with it. We did these wonderful circles to kind of replicate the circles from the border print. So I really like how the quilting turned out. I was pleased with it, and it all turned out really great. So we have 2 more days of this, today and tomorrow. The shop opens at 9. We close at 6. So if you want to come, we are here.
And you don't have to be going to all 10 stores.
no,
You can
you
just
can
stop in and
just
say
visit
hello.
us. Yeah,
Have snacks,
visit.
something
Snacks,
to...
we have
Snacks, lots of snacks, lots of snacks.
And drinks and refreshments
We have drinks. If you come late enough, I could probably pull out the wine. So, we have a giveaway today. If you'd like to share, we have this.
Oh, I think Kathy Neal does. She already shared.
Good morning, Kathy.
Good morning. So we have the Avengers. This is the Black Panther Bitty Boomer. Excuse me, not Baby Boomer, but Bitty Boomer. This
That's a
is
different boomer,
actually a Bluetooth speaker. And we played these in the shop, and they're amazingly loud.
They are
So
great little speakers.
It is great little speakers. So you can just attach your, go into your settings, open up your Bitty Boomer, and then
On
you
your
can
Bluetooth,
go, and
yes.
you can do it on your Bluetooth and set it up, and then you can just have this wherever you want. And it's super light and super cute. And you know what? Even if you don't get it and don't want it, I'm guessing you have a grandchild, niece, nephew, or a kid that will.
Absolutely,
So-
absolutely.
So, we are going to head into the other room because I'm going to do a cool demo for you guys today. I am going to show you what I'm working with on my quilt over in the other room. But Dave can't follow me because he's still not ambulatory. He has to use crutches.
Hey,
So-
before we
what-
move up,
what-
Denise, sneak back over there, and I want you guys to talk about a possibility. So, Margaret, you taught a class, was it last week, to a mother, granddaughters,
Oh,
grandmother?
yeah.
Because
That was
Ashley's
a lot of
watching
fun.
right now, and it sounded like they had a lot of fun, and that's a thing you could have for other families too,
Well,
right?
It is, and it's not just other families, but groups of people. So if you are, let's say you live in Columbus or you live in Seymour or someplace, and this is a little bit of a drive for you.
Sure, yeah.
But you'd like to take a class here. But you want to make sure it's a class you really want to do. So what we have done for a number of our clients is we have set up a specific class for that person and their friends.
And I love it when we get to do that.
Oh, it's so much fun. We usually have to limit it to about 4 or 5 people. We can't really do many more than that. But what we can do is set up an all-day class for you. And it can be things like individual projects. That, what I did for one group of ladies, they came over from Columbus and they each had different projects they were working on. One gal was doing clothes. Another person was doing a quilting project.
Oh, cool.
And the other one just had some UFOs that she wanted to work on, and I'm not sure she had a ton of stuff she needed questions answered on. But what we did was they had an all-day class here. They brought lunch with them, they stayed here all day, and then what we did, well, actually I did that one. I went through and I showed them how to alter their patterns. I showed them some techniques to sew the other things with the quilting, and we just helped them so that they could actually get their projects accomplished.
I love that idea.
Guess what?
What?
Ashley just mentioned the girls bought fabric for their next project.
I love it.
Oh, wonderful.
We showed them how to do a wrap skirt.
Oh, I
And
love a
it
good
was
wrap
just
skirt.
really cute. I mean, they're 14 years old and totally adorable.
Oh, yes.
So we showed them how to do wrap skirts, and then Alice worked with Ashley, and they worked on quilting, or not a quilting, embroidery all day.
Oh,
So
fun.
we worked with the group of them all day long, and we had a ball. And so that is a total thing that you could do. If you have a granddaughter and you wanted to spend the day with her doing sewing projects, we could either do clothes or quilting, I'm sure, or something that would make people happy. So we just got an order on the line.
Well, hot dog. Thank you, whoever ordered. That's awesome.
All right, I'm ready for Denise.
Okay, so right now, what I'm going to do is while we're walking back over to the long arm, I wanted to remind you that we are running a Bernina sale right now.
We're always running a really good Bernina sale, Margaret.
Well, no, we didn't have one for several weeks.
Well, I guess that's true.
So now we're doing a different Bernina sale. And this is the Summer Sweet Deals.
I love their names.
Yeah, they have really cute names. So, and I'm walking backwards, and I'm going to try not to kill myself.
Yeah,
So
don't
we're
do
gonna
that.
Stop for a second, and we're going to go through and like kind of show off the sewing machines. Okay. So, do you want to own a new 770 Quilters Edition? Because if you do, guess what? We have this available for you right now, and you can get $700 off of this machine.
Wow, that would pay for a lot of
So,
thread, a
it
lot of
would-
fabric.
Don't you even have one that was from one of your events? It's even a better deal.
Well, and I do. So that would be $700 off of a brand new machine, and you're of course well worth a brand new machine. But I do want to tell you that we have 2 event machines from when Vanita was here, and so we've got really good deals on those. So, and you can call us and we'll tell you the price. So if you're wanting to buy a 770 plus, we have 2 event machines. And as we go through the summer, we are going to be adding a lot. We've gotten remember the trade-in sale?
Heck yeah.
Okay, well, we got some great machines during that trade-in sale. So we're going to have some really cool used stuff for you, including right now we have a 480 Peacock edition.
Oh, we do still have that one, don't we?
Still have that machine.
Oh.
You know how many stitches are on it?
4.
No, just about. It's got like 6,000 stitches on it.
Oh my gosh. Margaret, talk to them.
That's what they come in here with. I mean,
Just to
because they
test them.
Just
Yeah.
test them.
Talk to them about the warranty that comes with the used machine.
So with a used machine, you get 60 days, everything. So what
Mm-hmm.
does that mean? So that means when you go home, if you have anything wrong with it, if for some reason you even change your mind, bring it back to us. I'll give you all your money back.
Can't beat that.
I mean, I just
You
don't
really
want
can't beat that.
anybody to feel like that they can't do this. So if you're gonna hear the doorbell ringing because I see a group of shop hoppers getting ready to come in. Oh, look at this! We got some.
Oh
stuff
my
I
goodness.
think FedEx delivered.
That
What do
wasn't
you
here
think?
a minute ago.
No, it wasn't here a minute ago. Okay, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you some really fun things that we are going to do on this long arm. And you might want to show them our quilt here because it's really turning out beautifully. This is a wall hanging that I made. I used fusible with this and just was going to do raw edge applique with this. When I started stitching it, I had some problems with some of the fabrics. They really frayed on me and I wasn't happy with how they came out. So what I decided that I was going to do is when we quilted this, I was going to quilt it a lot. Well, guess what the next thing happened? The next thing that happened is my threads started just shearing off on me. They started just, I was having all kinds of problems with it stitching. It was, the threads were breaking. I was like, and I did all the normal things. I cleaned out around the bobbin.
Good start.
I oiled my machine.
They love that.
I put a new needle in.
Great.
I checked my thread to make sure there wasn't any problem with that. But I use Isacore thread all the time to quilt on the Q24, and I use my quilting needles all the time, and I never have problems with my thread breaking.
No, we don't usually.
No, and I've quilted now 14 quilts this way, and they are all coming out good. So why was my thread breaking? Fusible. The fusible stuff was causing the problem.
That was the variable that was
It was
different
the
from all the other
variable
things.
different from everything else. And guess what I found out? I got our non-stick needles.
Yes.
I used a size 14,
Perfect.
and it's amazing. Nothing is breaking anymore.
Hey, Margaret, when you talk about things like that, what's the big difference that we're hearing that we provide? Training.
Well, it's always training. And it's also using the machine and having some experience with it. So what are you having a problem with? What are you doing? We actually will make the effort to research and go and find out what's going on.
And to your needs, how you're trying to use the machine.
That's right, because
Yes.
sometimes you're doing a project that's completely different than what we're used to. And if we don't know about it, somebody will.
Our sewing is so individual, but at the same time, our Bernina machines can do any and all of it.
It is really true. Don't forget, if you share today's Facebook Live
You mean like
video-
Brenda Mills?
Thank you, Brenda. We're giving away this cute little Avengers Black Panther Bitty Boomer. It is a speaker, and it will connect with Bluetooth to your phone, and you can play stuff and hear it everywhere. So
I
that's
could
kind
see
of
this
cool.
going off to college in the fall. And,
Oh,
hanging
for
out
sure.
in some dorm room.
Sure, it's going to be a great little stocking stuffer for somebody. So we're going to give that away today. And we have some more here in the shop if you're interested. Now, remember, I was telling you about the sale.
Yes.
Okay, well, I didn't mention a couple of the other things going on with the sale. One, if you've got a beginning student who is looking for a great mechanical machine, our BO5 academies are only $349.
That's a really good deal. on
It's
those
a
machines.
really good deal because they are normally, isn't it $599 that they are, or are
Let
they
me double check.
$549? Would you double check
I will
on
happily
that?
double check.
So
Good
if
morning,
you
ladies.
want to do that, good morning, ladies. Thank you for coming. So you know what? You can use that sale. The sale is like, okay, here we go. Let's look at the sale again. $1,000 off of anything $10,000 or more. You are welcome to use this on sergers, on sewing machines, or on your long arm, any kind of long arm, sit down or whatever. So don't forget that oh, here it was right there. It was $535. God, you could have bit me, couldn't it?
And
Okay.
we have 3 in stock.
Okay, we have 3 in stock, guys. They are only on sale through the end of next week. So you better get one while we've got them. We've got also the Bernette 77. We've got a couple of those in the shop. These are normally $1,999. They are $12.99 right now. That's $700 off.
That's a great savings.
That's an amazing savings. And you're going to be able to take this to, they're lighter machines. You're going to be able to take this to your workshops. Or if you've got a teenager, a early 20s something that you want to give them a great machine, introduce them to a pre-Bernina.
That's right.
This is a wonderful way to get them going.
And you know what I'm thinking? The price of gas. We're all kind of going out of our mind about the price of gas. So it's a great time to kind of hang out in the sewing room and create some new things instead of driving all over town.
Right, exactly. And you've been thinking you need to use up some stuff you have at home? Let's get a machine that doesn't frustrate you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, by the way, every one of these machines, they come with
Us. You got us.
So we're going to do that. Okay, so I thought it would be kind of fun to show you how I'm getting all this texture on this quilt. And I'm going to come over here to the Qmatic. This is our wonderful computer that we can use.
Margaret, have I said how excited I am about the Qmatic?
Oh, that's right. Guess who's getting one?
That would be me.
She's had the long arm frame.
Yes.
You were doing roller work, weren't you?
Yes.
And you were doing free motion.
Free motion. Yep. Love all of it.
And now you're going to get to add the computer.
And now you're back from vacation.
And I'm back from vacation.
We can install it.
I'm ready, Dave.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so we've got another thing here going on. So I am going to be taking this wonderful this little guy here, and we're going to add, look at it, watch that.
Oh my
Isn't
goodness.
that fun?
That's so cool.
That's so fun. So, but I want it to be in a certain spot.
Sure.
So I know that this is the design I want, but I want to make sure it's going to sew where I want it to sew. And what happened was yesterday we left here and I thought I had left the machine ready to go for this morning, and everything powered down and I lost my design. But it wasn't any big deal because all I did was I picked this design right here and I just turned it at a 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
And I turned it at a 45-degree angle. Oh, wrong way. There we go. I did that, and then I just added.
Multiplied.
That's all I did.
I like that.
So this wasn't hard. I didn't even resize it. All I did was that.
Cool.
So that's what this is, and it's just multiplied. Okay, so we're going to actually click on that, and we're going to delete that away because I don't want to use the computer. So now what I'm going to do, Dave, show them this X. See that X? That's where the head of the machine is. Once you move the head of the machine towards us, keep going. See how it's moving? See how it's moving? Now you should see diagonal stitching on there with those little loop-de-loops. Can you see them?
Yep, I sure
Keep
do.
moving until we get to have we got to the end of them?
Anymore?
Till there aren't any more?
I think right about there.
Okay. All right. So now what I can do is I can just move this. I know. Is that cool?
I'm
So-
so excited to play with it.
So Debbie Bean says, Margaret, looking at your quilt from afar, are you floating the tops? Looks like it is attached
Actually,
somehow.
It
but
is floating.
It is.
Actually, the boat, I'm floating because this is so little, Debbie.
Yes.
If it were bigger, I probably wouldn't do this. But for my little pieces, I'm not as, let me tell you two things about this. Number one, instead of using batting, I'm using flannel as in my middle layer. I wanted this to be really, really skinny. I did not want any fluff to this. I wanted it to be very flat, but I wanted it to have some dimension.
Yep.
And you like breaking rules.
Margaret never met a rule she didn't want to break.
You might be right about that. So what I did was we definitely loaded the backing on top and bottom, and then I put the flannel over top, and I think that we lost Sabrina.
Oh.
No, Sabrina's back.
Okay. We got people coming in for shop hop. So I loaded the top excuse me, I loaded the backing,
Yes.
which was just a black fabric print, and then I put flannel over top of this, and then we put the top on, and I basted it across the top edge, and that is how I set this up.
And it looks like it's attached, Debbie, because there is some stitching down
Oh, I
here
actually
already.
have stitched this. This is the fourth time I'm going over it. So I have gone over this multiple times.
Hey, I figured out why you have regulars.
What?
Mariana and Debbie both agree they like breaking rules too.
Rule breakers, yes, yes.
Well, what I did here is I first took that same design and I did it horizontally. Then I did it vertically. I just did that backwards. This would be horizontal.
Yes,
that would be
yes, it
vertical.
would.
Okay. All right. So I did it vertically and I did it horizontally, and this time I'm doing it diagonally.
Just because
So-
you can.
Well,
it's easy
because
to do
I wanted a lot of texture to it,
Yep.
without a lot of poof.
Right. Yes.
So that's what I've been working on here. So what I've done is now when deciding where I want my next group, so here's still some diagonals. So we're gonna move it over. So what the really cool thing about this is because I know where the head of the machine is, I can move this right to where I want.
That's so cool.
And then all I have to do is get this ready to go. We're gonna cue everything, we're gonna check it off, and we're gonna hit the go button. And now what it's gonna ask me is if I wanna start closest to where the head is at, or do I wanna go to the starting point? And the starting point is that circle. So right now, what's gonna happen is, I thought I clicked it to go. Oh, there it's going.
Magic.
There it's going. So now what it's going to ask me to do is it's going to ask me to, first of all, I'm going to cut that big long thread off there. It's going to ask me to go ahead and pull up my threads from below. I really like working with the littler quilts because I can go underneath of them. And I know we have a piece of thread here that I need to grasp. I wonder if we're out of bobbin thread.
Hope not.
I hope not too, because I want to start sewing. Okay, we'll find out in a second here. We're going to click the green button. That's going to get it to start sewing. And so what it's going to do now is it's going to... There we go. I'm going to trim that off there, get it out of the way.
And much like my crock pot, you just kind of set it and you hang out nearby, and
Yeah.
it
This
kind of
is
does
gonna
its
be
own thing.
simple, and it's going to go ahead and do the more. And like I said, I just wanted some more texture. I wanted some more things going on, and it's gonna just start quilting that. Don't hurt yourself there. No falling over.
You had your limit, Dave. No more.
And so I'm gonna turn this off so you can hear us. And we're gonna get going because we have shop hoppers in the shop now. We have now about a half a dozen people here. So we want to go and say hello. And I hope everybody has a wonderful, fun day. And we will talk to you tomorrow, and we will be doing something fun tomorrow for you. Actually, we just got in some flannel 108-inch wide fabrics. You can't see them.
No, I was
They're
gonna hold
not. They're not allowed to see them yet because we're going to show them off tomorrow.
And they feel so nice.
Oh no, they're so cool.
Yeah.
They're so cool. So tomorrow, Shop Hop starts again at 9 o'clock, goes till 6. We hope to see you, and if we can't see you because you're too far away, like our dear Debbie, we will wait until hopefully I get to see her.
I'm
you.
jealous.
I'm so
Yes.
excited.
Yes.
Yes, that'll be awesome. Okay, everybody, join us or go and buy
Join us.
something off of
One
and buy
way or
something
another.
off of the website, and we'll consider that good.
That counts. Yes, yes, that
So,
counts.
we love you guys. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.